I didn't have a plan, but I had a place to land. Coming back to my hometown didn't really feel like a return. It felt like stepping into a version of the city I never really understood. Everything looked smaller, tighter, almost like the place hadn't changed, but I did. I got to reconnect with my friend Jeremy. We have this habit of just wandering.
You got it, you got it. Oh my gosh. Well, this is so good. Wow.
It's weird walking through old places with a new version of yourself. Everyone else is out rushing around, and me and Jeremy are just drifting.
This is one of the few trains where you have to watch your step.
This whole story started without me realizing it.
This might be the scariest thing I've ever done, guys. It's like every little piece could be a false, strong piece. I think when you go right there and cross.
Just two friends wandering.
Woo!
Not knowing the year that was about to break me open.
$2.74 for a gallon is absolutely insane. I guess we pay that tourist tax in Florida.
It was weird being around all this family again. And having some sort of stability. Part of me just wanted to disappear back into my car and be alone. Because inside, I was still in survival mode.
My grandmother says we're about to have the best burger in all of Charleston. It's a small little burger joint here in Somerville. Let's see what the buzz is about.
Jeez, yours is like a volcano.
I know, is that not gorgeous?
Look at that.
Ooh, yum. I'm gonna put me some fries in my...
You can imagine how hungry I was.
That 100% was the best burger I think I've ever had.
Oh no, don't worry, I got it. I got it. I got it, don't worry.
Exploring Charleston from this new lens was quite a trip. Finding those little pockets of nature I somehow missed growing up. And I began to actually learn the city. The roads, the shortcuts, the rhythm of the place. This isn't the Charleston I remembered.
It was the one I was finally seeing for the first time. At this point, I needed new tires. They weren't just kind of worn, they were bald. I actually can't believe how bald I've let these get. This is pretty ridiculous. Ooh-wee! Every time I drove on the highway, I knew that if something went wrong, it was over. And I didn't have the money to fix it. Then me mommy handed me her credit card and told me go get those tires. On one hand, I felt grateful. On the other, I felt like a grown man who still couldn't fully stand on his own 2 feet. It was like this mix of shame and relief. And of course, I messed up the first time and I got the wrong tires. So I ordered some new tires through Walmart, but I accidentally ordered the wrong ones. So I came back the next day, swallowed my pride, and did it all over again. Well, here it is. I've got 4 of these. I finally got the right set and I mounted them at this shop. And I felt as if somebody was watching me. During the stretch, I was deep in the gig grind. Up early, out late, living off of whatever the apps threw at me. I was stacking days on top of each other, trying to keep myself moving forward. And I started to think about this thing I'd been avoiding for years. You see, when I was finishing high school online, I hated school so much that I did something stupid. I paid some random girl to Photoshop a diploma for me. I remember sneaking out at night to buy it from her like it was some sort of sketchy deal. At the time, it was just what I needed, but then it turned into this quiet shame that I carried around. I jumped straight into the workforce. I was living paycheck to paycheck, bouncing between jobs. It was pure chaos. And then I fell into a dark addiction loop. And for years, I told myself the diploma was buried. Nobody would ever know. But coming back home, something in me wanted to close the loop. So I finally told my family the truth. It was rough, but it was also the moment I decided to fix it. I began doing research on how I could get my GED, and I started showing up at the GED office every day, putting in the hours, relearning everything I thought I wasn't good at. And honestly, it wasn't even that hard. It was just discipline and showing up.
Lost in a maze of apartment hallways. Seems to be my life now. Who's a hack though? Stairs will always get you to the bottom.
I didn't realize how much of my life was just responding, reacting to other people's storms, other people's anxieties, especially in my family. It's like I learned to brace before I learned to breathe. I'm not blaming anybody, it's just the water we all swam in. But this year, something shifted. I started to notice the old programs, the way I shrink, the way I over-explain, the way I try to keep everyone calm except myself. Being out here, figuring things out, it's the first time I felt the static drop. Like maybe I'm not who I was taught to be. If there's one thing for sure, these cycles are ending with me, and I'm definitely not afraid to let the emotions flow. I'll be surprised if I'm not shredded after this. This is quite the workout. I was starting to grow really tired of the long hours, the long miles. My whole life was basically being lived behind a steering wheel, so comfort started to matter more than I ever expected. I got a new wheel grip. I picked up a lumbar cushion, back support. I was trying to make the grind hurt a little bit less. But underneath all of that, things were starting to shift. I was stressed, hustling, trying to keep this car alive on pure willpower. But the energy around it was changing. I took it to the dealership for an engine recall. Ready to pick up my car. It seemed like a big deal, literally waiting on nothing. Turns out it was a nothing, but they hit me with this $4,000 list of everything that was supposedly wrong with it. There was such a horrible energy at this dealership. So I'm waiting on my Uber, and I start having this panic attack or something, I don't know. I think I'm really overwhelmed right now. I felt absolutely sick just sitting there waiting for my car. That's when I realized how much trust I kept putting in the wrong people. So I found this guy on Facebook named Hugo, just some random mobile mechanic. The next morning, he was gonna come fix my radiator. And when I woke up, something felt different. I can't explain it, but it was like I was in a new dimension. Then I met him, and he didn't talk down to me. He didn't trash my car or make me feel stupid.
In my head, I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna get there, take this out, no.
He had such a grounded energy. He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty, and he knew his shit. And told me the Santa Fe wasn't some lost cause. It was the first time in a long time I felt like I wasn't fighting this thing alone. And that day was the start of everything shifting. Does anybody want to take a swim? Every day, I would get into the car and turn on the gig apps. It gave me an excuse to be out, to move, to feel like I was doing something. And at first, I liked it. But slowly, without me even noticing, the spark was beginning to die. I've spent so many years running, I didn't really notice how far I drifted from everybody. So being back here, it's like getting hit with a superdose of family all at once. And honestly, I kind of needed it. Finishing this last GED test felt like I was closing a door I had been scared to look at for years. This was a true level up moment for me. And for the first time in my life, I actually get to look forward to a graduation I never had. I agreed to watch Shadow, my uncle's dog, for a few weeks, and he showed up when everything else was moving. I was stuck between chapters, half here, half somewhere else. And there he was, steady, simple, just being. He reminded me that life doesn't need to be figured out to be lived. But the shadow days weren't a full pause on life, as I was still making moves on my future. We are at Trident Community College. I'm about to figure out how to get my FAFSA set up, which is essentially financial aid.
This financial aid may include grants, scholarships.
Pulling your your tax information.
During this time, I felt like things slowed just long enough for me to catch my breath. It wasn't perfect. My car was acting up. Paperwork everywhere.
Transcripts, diplomas, files.
But it finally felt like progress instead of survival. Hugo kept showing up right when I needed someone who just knew how to handle shit without overthinking it. I've been trying to reach out to Hugo for days because I've got an issue that I think is spark plug related, but we are on the way to see him now, and maybe we will get some tidbits of info like we did last time and learn something like we did last time. My boy Hugo here, he's the man. Every time Hugo pops the hood, I feel like I'm about to get a lecture disguised as a car repair. There's something about the way he works. He's got no fear. He trusts his own instincts. And that's how I want to move through this world.
Maybe the gas door open, like the gas cap. That spark is just literally just a spark. It doesn't shock or anything like that.
Really?
Yeah.
So like that wouldn't hurt you?
On our way to the auto parts store, he told me that I drive this thing like a Hellcat. I think I finally found the name for my car.
Dude, what's wrong with my spark plugs?
Everything, bro. Like there's like a little metal tip over there, and it's just supposed to look cool.
Every car problem feels personal when it's your only ride. Like, it's not just your car breaking down, but your whole freedom is stalling out. And of course, Hugo has inspired me to start tackling my own car work, and that starts with oil changes. Jack stands, these are gonna be your foundation. Got an oil pan to drain the old oil, and I made sure to actually get a decent filter instead of just whatever the shop is using. I don't even know where my e-brake is. Oh, it's down here. That's right. I was still delivering, still chasing those tips, but something had shifted. I wasn't trapped in the grind anymore, I was observing it. It's almost like I was done being this version of myself. Today we are heading to a little town called Lone Star, South Carolina. It's a small town that popped up in the late 1800s after the railroad boom, but it has since been left completely abandoned. Who knows when, but maybe we'll discover that and more secrets today. Hey Shadow, what's wrong, buddy? Shadow. Jeremy has a way of pulling me out of the day-to-day chaos and bringing me back to center. An old Freemason lodge. Wonder what we got going on in here. Oh, this kind of looks like a church. And this trip was just that. Two friends exploring.
Gather Freemasons, welcome all, or the one Mason that decided to show up. Thank you.
Yeah. What can I do you for?
Let me get some RC Cola.
Coke fine?
RC Cola.
Want a 40?
If there's one thing these people liked, I think it was RC Cola.
We were sweating our butts off, and we definitely worked up an appetite. So we decided to hit this local pizza spot named after me.
What are you trying to find?
Coins. I got a bunch of coins on here.
Did you find the coins?
Yeah, they're on the very bottom. It's coins.
There's a certain kind of quiet you fall into when you spend your days chasing orders and your nights trying to build a new life. A quiet that makes you face yourself. Makes you face every cycle you're trying to break. And in that quiet, the truth started slipping through. I wasn't just craving connection. I was craving a tribe. A brotherhood. Something bigger than blood or convenience. I didn't have the language. I just felt the pull. Like something out there was already calling my name. This might be the tightest squeeze I've had so far, but it works. Before I knew it, my days were absolutely filled up between work, family, shadow, signing up for classes. I didn't know it quite yet, but I was already being drafted into something bigger than survival. And there we were, Uncle Daryl teaching me how to make his famous burgers. Stories looping like old songs. I used to think family had to look a certain way. Now I'm not so sure. Okay, real quick, this was supposed to be a father-son dinner and movie night, but he left me to finish the meal alone. But there was something in me that kind of knew he had already made that decision. This moment was actually pretty huge for me because I realized that I've been spending my whole life waiting for him to be the person that he can never be. But anyways, back to the music. And sometimes departures come in pairs. Because Shadow wasn't staying with us forever, and it was time for him to go too.
Golly, where's Shadow? He's gotta be somewhere around here. Oh, wait. What up, bud? What you doing?
It's strange how a space changes when someone's gone. When Shadow was here, everything moved with him. His breathing, the little sigh he does when he finally lays down. And I realized he wasn't just visiting. He was a part of the rhythm. And when he left, the rhythm broke. For some reason, I opted into taking classes downtown. This meant that 2 days a week, I was sitting in hours of traffic. It felt good walking into class again, but also somewhat bizarre. It took me a little while to get used to sitting in that chair, and it was starting to feel like I finally stopped running from something.
It is time for me to officially become a citizen of South Carolina, so I'm heading out to a town called St. George today. For those of you who know anything about the DMVs in the South Carolina area, I don't want to deal with the Charleston DMV, so I'm willing to drive a little bit longer to make it less of a headache, and I've got all of my documents that I'll need right here.
Trying to balance school and deliveries was definitely harder than it looks, but I was trying my best to master all of my crafts. As you can see, we've got our main bag up front. Back here, we've got our backup bag. And then I've also got insulated bag for drinks. And then we've got our pizza bag. I felt like I was truly on autopilot. I was doing the same grind, circling the same streets. There's a weird sadness in knowing that you've outgrown something, but still show up for it. Every time I hit the accept button, I knew I didn't want to be doing this anymore. I was telling myself that I was just making money, but really I was afraid to stop. The grind almost became a comfort zone. Predictable pain. Safe chaos. Waiting for a sign that it was time to move on.
Looks like I'm the first one here today.
In the midst of all this chaos, I got to celebrate something really important to me. And I almost didn't even show up. Part of me thought I didn't deserve to celebrate something that took this long. And walking onto that stage felt like walking into an old version of myself. The one who never thought he'd make it. I kept thinking about every time I quit something halfway, and this was me finishing for once. They said my name, and for a second, the world stood still. This moment wasn't about some diploma, it was proof that the cycle could actually break.
Graduates, please move your tassels from right to left, which symbolizes your graduation and moving on to the next stage in life.
And afterwards, we all went out to dinner. I was surrounded by all the people that I loved. I was overwhelmed with love. And for once, I wasn't thinking about the next order or the next bill, just the people who'd seen me through it all. And then me, Mommy, and I danced. I don't think she even realized how much that meant to me. And when we left, I didn't want to talk. I just wanted to hold on to that feeling. That day showed me who was really there when it counts. Some were family and some weren't. My mom has been there through every failure, every rebuild. And standing on that stage, I couldn't help but to notice who wasn't there too. Sometimes absence says more than words ever could.
Peanut butter sandwich. It's an instant peanut butter sandwich.
This class term was flying by and I was coming close to the end. And most of this work is pretty much done online. Going in person seemed like we were just showing face, but I discovered that I had this newfound skill for creative writing. Every week, something else was wrong on my car. Brakes, fluids, sensors, whatever. It was like the machine was mirroring me, but the smell of brake cleaner, the sound of a ratchet, it grounded me more than any other job ever did. I was no longer trusting anyone to fix it for me. I wanted to understand every part that could fail. And working on the car was the only time I wasn't overthinking life. This month felt like a last breath before the storm. Everything was preparing me for a crash I didn't know was coming. I started to feel disconnected from everything, even the streets that used to feel like home. I was functioning, but not alive, and you can only drift for so long before something snaps you back. And this is when the story takes a hard turn.
Guys, I just got in an accident. Holy.
I mean, yeah, this whole back end, I mean, this thing's totaled, guys.
My God.
It happened fast. And nobody meant for it to happen. It wasn't anger or recklessness, but a split second where everything changed. Sure, I was dealing with a wrecked car, but I was also back at zero again. It's funny how life can strip you down to what's real. So I did the only thing I knew. I strapped it up, I slapped a Band-Aid on it, and I moved on. Being on the road all day, doing gig work, it's truly a numbers game. And it's only a matter of time before something like this happens. And because my insurance wasn't going to cover it, I had no other choice but to move forward. So I started looking for a new ride. But deep down, I knew that this was going to bring me into the same loop I was trying to get out of. I was sitting in class.
It's my last day of classes, guys. Let's get this done.
When something in my neck started to lock up. Like my body hit the brakes for me. I could barely get home. And by the time I did, I wasn't moving at all. This is some of the worst pain I've ever experienced. I laid in bed staring at the ceiling. Every breath reminding me that I wasn't in control anymore. It was like life pinned me down and told me to stay. And in that stillness, something started to shift. Not a thought, but a knowing. Something had to change. I've spent so long running from structure, from systems, from anyone telling me what to do. But maybe that's exactly what I needed. Somewhere I could burn off everything that wasn't real and see what was left. So I made this choice. And it changed everything. And that choice led me here, to uniformed rooms, white walls, and government promises. It's kind of funny. I always thought freedom meant doing whatever I wanted. But sometimes it's found in surrender. And before I knew it, I was sitting across from recruiters, hearing phrases like duty, discipline, and honor, and trying to figure out if I belonged here. And every time I looked at my car flapping in the rear view, I knew I was making the right decision. I had no idea how messy this was gonna get. Delay after delay, so many doubts, worries that I'm not going to be strong enough. But I began locking into the Air Force. I spent days upon days gathering information, references, old jobs, places I've lived. It was like a true life review. This made me realize how truly chaotic everything has been. And I also realized how good it felt to organize all of it. I began training my body for what was coming. Clean eating, running, push-ups, you name it. But one day after a run, I came back and I could barely walk on my left leg. A few years ago, I broke my ankle really badly. Although the bone completely healed, I don't think the nerves in that region has fully recovered. So as soon as I was getting into this groove, I was forced to stop. Messing up my ankle made me confront something I never really think about. My body actually has limits now. I could have let this knock me down, but it motivated me to make this happen even more. It's a couple days later now since I started those references, and I've got them all squared away. So it's time to get these sent over to my recruiter and get this ball rolling. Going the Air Force route means I don't have the luxury of coasting. No traditional diploma means my ASVAB score had to be higher, like a lot higher. Almost like the universe handed me an extra lock on the door just to see if I'd pick it. So I opened the books and I dragged myself through equations I thought I'd left behind years ago. It was like sharpening a blade I forgot I even had. Some days, me, Mommy, and Chip would go out to lunch, and I'd tag along. Nothing crazy, just food, small talk, and a handful of spots around town. Chip has this quiet sense of humor, like he sees the joke before anyone else does. When the weather started getting drab, he gave me his happy light, this little box that simulates sunlight. And I don't think he knows how amazing that gift was. We hit the fair on senior day. Me, Mommy, and Chip got their discounted entry, and I got in as the caretaker. It was definitely a strange experience, but the people watching was elite. And the only thing we came to do was eat some food. But I couldn't believe the prices this year. Everyone else was there trying to escape life for a few hours. I'm trying to figure out how to build one. This Air Force recruitment process has proven to be a real challenge for me. I felt like I had to prove that I was worthy to them. And I already knew I was. But it also felt like I was trying to squeeze myself in a shape that didn't fit anymore. I didn't say it out loud yet, but my gut was already telling me what to do. And anytime I started to spiral, overthink things, my cousin was right there when I needed him. He's been in the military for years now, and he was always just a phone call away. No judgment, just straight, simple truth. It's weird how someone living a whole different life can still feel like home base. I got invited to Jeremy's house for Halloween, and I needed to whip together a last-minute costume. Me, Mommy had a witch's hat, and I happened to have my graduation robe. So all I needed was a nice staff. Nice and solid. I'm gonna peel the bark, maybe paint over it a little bit. I think I'm ready, guys. Check this thing out. Even burned some candle wax at the top. It felt so good to be surrounded by people my age. People who weren't rushing, overthinking, or trying to escape something. for a few hours, I remembered what it felt like to just exist. Laughter echoing through the house that felt like the past and the present at the same time. I think the universe gave me this night as a breather. One last deep inhale before the next plunge.
The next morning, Jeremy and I wanted to keep the vibes going, so we went to his favorite breakfast spot. Little did I know what kind of food I was about to inhale.
This is the kind of place that tastes like you earned it. Jeremy just introduced me to the best biscuit place. No, the best food place. Probably in the whole Charleston area. Then we walked off the food on Shim Creek. The weather was absolutely perfect. And there was something holy about this morning. Like it was whispering, "Don't forget this."
And before I left Jeremy's house that day, his dad was insistent on patching my car up at the very least. So he drilled some holes.
Yeah.
He found the right screws. And he zip-tied that quarter panel right up. And I just sat there and held things together. And moments like that make you realize a father figure can show up in all kinds of places. Even in a driveway with a drill at 10 a.m.
But even when life was softening around me, something heavier was coming.
Uncle Daryl was beginning to fade. The same man who brought us so much light was slipping through our fingers, and there wasn't a damn thing any of us could do about it. So we made several hospital runs. And man, you walk in thinking you're gonna do something, be something, fix something, but all you can really do is sit there.
Uncle Daryl is one of those people that just enjoys life. Especially food. His recipes are literally God tier. And he has a nickname for everybody. Like it's his way of keeping people close without making it a big deal.
And during these days, I made this silent choice. This choice was fueled by my realization of how fast all of this could disappear and how time doesn't wait for anybody. He passed away last night, and I guess I don't really have the words for this. He had a way of making people feel loved, and this is definitely a reminder of how precious and fragile life can be. Uncle Daryl taught me many things about life. I noticed how he never complained, not even once, even when life gave him more than enough to complain about.
And I didn't realize how much that rubbed off on me until he was gone. He left me with a feeling, a way of moving through the world without bitterness. And I'm taking that with me. The world suddenly felt different. Smaller, but sharper. Like it was calling me somewhere I hadn't been willing to go before. His absence pushed me towards something bigger, something disciplined. Something that would force me to turn into the man I kept avoiding. I wasn't ready to say it yet, but I felt myself being pulled towards a different uniform. This isn't about the past anymore. This is about who I'm choosing to become. His passing felt bigger than just losing a person. It felt like a shift in the family line, but it brought people together in a way that nothing else could. We had food flowing in left and right. He would have loved that. It gave the house weight, a kind of warmth that you can eat. And then my furry friend showed up for a few days. I was so excited to see him. Probably a lot more than he was excited to see me. At this point, I knew the Air Force wasn't my path anymore. And this was a moment of true redirection. Because I needed something real, something raw enough to test what I'd built. Merely days before I was supposed to go off to MEPS for the Air Force, I made the call. I contacted my recruiter, and I told her I was switching branches. And I stopped trying to justify my choices to anyone, including myself. The Army felt right in that way where explanations ruin it. You either feel the pull or you don't. And I did, so I went with it.
And I already had all of my information ready to go, which made it that much easier for both me and my recruiter. Johnson reminded me of guys I actually respect. The ones who don't talk around things. When he said he'd get things handled, I believed him. He felt like the first adult in this whole process who wasn't trying to sell me anything. Just laying out the path and trusting me to walk it.
By this point, I knew the gig life was done. Not because I hated it, but because it couldn't hold who I was becoming. People started acting different once my life started gaining structure. Like me getting direction was somehow a threat. Some people showed up more, and some people drifted without saying a word. And I realized I was outgrowing people without even trying. Amidst all the family swirling around, my mom's fiance came into town too. When I told him I was switching branches, he didn't question it. He just treated me like a person making his own choices. That kind of presence feels rare in my world. Everything was starting to feel like a training montage, but without the montage. Just days passing by, preparing me for a life I couldn't picture yet. Even holidays felt like they belonged to a previous version of me. Like I was celebrating the end of something I hadn't named. Every conversation felt like a photograph. Every laugh felt like something I was going to pack with me. Everyone's carrying their own invisible weight, but somehow we still pass the rolls and carve the turkey like we're all fine. At this point, you already know how me and Jeremy move. We don't make a big deal out of hanging out. We just drift through stuff like the world's our oyster. Sometimes the smallest moments are the ones that keep you sane. When I'm working on my car, I can't help but to hear Hugo. His lessons, his jokes, his way of slowing down. It's like he branded his voice into my brain. What would Hugo do? It shows up all the time. Now I'm realizing this whole year was one long repair. For the Hellcat and for me. During these weeks before MEPS, my focus began to narrow. Suddenly, I was seeing with clarity. Every delivery had a purpose now. I wasn't chasing freedom, I wasn't escaping, I was just stacking money and closing the gap.
Fingerprints are done, packet's complete. It's a big week, dude. So, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I had this low hum in my chest. Like something important was starting, whether I was ready or not. But it wasn't nerves. I was focused. When we got there, things suddenly felt very real. No music, no phone, no escape. I sat down and took the ASVAB, and I stayed in it, one question at a time. But that old voice was still there. What if you're not as capable as you think? That night at the hotel felt unreal. Like being paused between two versions of myself. I walked around, I ate the free food, and honestly, I loved it. Everyone else was glued to their phones, like nothing was happening. But something was happening, just not on a screen. And when I met my roommate, he was watching Jarhead. I've never seen it before, but of all the people I could have been stuck with, I got lucky. Because after a quick brief, we both decided to go to bed early. No talking ourselves into staying up, no nerves spiraling. I woke up at 3 a.m. and I was ready.
Feels like most of the hotel is still asleep, just waking up.
A past version of me would have been late, disorganized, half present.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long day, but I feel like I'm finally stepping into a new version of myself. I'm not waking up for some job, I'm not waking up for somebody else. This is something I'm doing for me.
We had free breakfast. It was simple and quiet. Then back on the bus for another long day. They poked me, examined me, measured everything, but I didn't feel like I was in it. I felt like the observer, and honestly, it was kind of entertaining. On the bus ride back, my body knew before my mind did. The chaos wasn't driving anymore. Something steadier had taken the wheel.
Yeah, dude, what did I get on my ASVAB score?
Let's look. This is like your buy-in. I call it credit in the Army because it gives you the ability to pick a good job. What do you think it is?
42?
What does that right there say?
I got a 70?
70.
What?
I was beyond excited.
That's crazy.
I was in disbelief.
A 70.
A 70. A 70? And I stopped arguing with reality for a second. A 70 doesn't mean I'm a genius. It doesn't make me special. But it does mean options. Before that score, the map was small. After it, the map changed. For the first time, the question wasn't, can I get in? It was, where do I fit in? The Army doesn't ask who you think you are. It sorts you by what you can do. They don't call them jobs. They call them codes. Letters and numbers. It's cold and efficient. Almost like character names. And this one surprised me.
I never pictured myself being here. Not when I was lost, not when I was living in my car, not even a couple months ago.
But the more I sat with it, the more it made sense. This is my new baseline. This is the version of me that stays. I'm not negotiating with old versions of myself anymore. Everything was already decided. I just had to lock it in. It's below freezing temperatures here in Charleston right now, but I'm here to meet my recruiter to officially swear into the Army. After today, I'm gonna be government property. Yes. According to regulations.
In the Uniform Code
And the Uniform Code
of Military Justice.
of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And it turns out commitment isn't a feeling, it's physical. Used to cook it like this?
Yeah, on this grill.
Some connections only exist in brief alignments. And I stopped waiting for closure that wasn't mine to give. What comes next doesn't need momentum. It needs space. It needs room to begin. And not everything that helped you survive is meant to come with you. The Hellcat carried me when I didn't know where else to go. It showed up every day, even when I didn't. I don't need you to carry me anymore. My vessel, my workhorse, my steed. I have nothing left to hide from. There are versions of me that don't need to come with me. I already carry what they gave me. I thank them. And I leave them here.